Alright. What's up, Twitch TV? Exiles of Rayclast. Hope you're hyped for some PvP. My name is WillyWonka, and I'm here today once again with my good friend GreenDude. Yesterday we had some really exciting matches. We had Monster Cookie plowing through the hardcore ladder versus puncture character after puncture character and making it to the finals. And in the standard ladder we had Sir Edwards going completely unnoticed until the finals and taking it all the way, and in the grudge match managing to beat Monster Cookie, the slayer of puncture characters. So GreenDude, are you with me?
Yes, what's up everybody? How's the chat doing?
We would like to go through a few things before we start. So GreenDude, how did the players qualify for this Invitational?
So it's very simple. If you ever won a Swiss tournament, you can qualify if you did the queue using your B button by default on your keyboard. You can queue up in town while in town, and that gives you a matchmaking system rating. And if you finish at the top there, you can get an invitation. There's also the PvP points for alternate art gear. If you were at the top of that ladder, you could also get some invites. And so yesterday we had all the people who got invited for Europe, and today we're going to be seeing the North American gateway.
Yep. And the way this tournament is going to work is double elimination. So I can show you guys the brackets here real quick. So this is the US Standard Invitational bracket, and each player gets one life. They get one chance at losing, one loss. And if you lose in the upper bracket, you will be transferred into the lower bracket, where if you lose again, you are out of the tournament. And if a player makes it all the way from the lower bracket into the finals versus the number one player in the upper, he can not lose, but the player in the upper bracket that reaches the finals has one loss in the finals, and they will play 2 sets if necessary.
Exactly. And we're going to be starting with softcore first. It should be Lapis versus Hegemony TV. So I think, Hegi is a two-hand Cyclone build, if I'm not mistaken, and we've got Lapis. I mean, his character name should say everything we need to know. The Board and Sword Ranger.
Oh, I see that Hedge is using his staff. I've seen him throughout the league using Pillar of the Caged God. It looks like he's going to be using the same thing here. This is the standard event. Has a bow swamp here. Goes in for the Flicker Cyclone, dealing major damage. So let me just lower this down a little bit.
Yeah, very quick kill there by Hegi. Honestly, Hegi's damage will be much superior to Lapis. Oh, and Lapis jumping in, not even scared despite losing the first round, rather.
Hegi has a little bit of block chance, but still he's more vulnerable than a shield character. But a great offense is also a very good defense.
Yeah, he does have the Pillar of the Caged God, presumably 5 or 6 linked, and that allows him to get the 5. Oh, and Hegi's going in again. Does a bit of damage, but then walks away.
Board and Sword, Lapis knows that Hegi's doing a lot of damage, and that's probably why he's opting for the Tempest Shield, just to increase his block chances a little bit and avoid, hopefully, a little bit more damage. Oh, wow, that was the balls on Lapis. Almost no life, flickers in, finishes off Hegi. I don't think Hegi expected that.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's why it worked so well. Wasn't expecting him to go in. Hegi's playing that game where he's trying to be very defensive, goes in, does some damage. If he doesn't feel like he's going to get the kill, he backs off immediately.
Lapis seems to be in the zone here, manages to remember to put up his Molten Shell before every engagement. Doesn't waste his Curse Immunity Flask. Like, he's cursed right now, but there's no point in removing that. Hegi with the bow open, he's vulnerable. This is a time for Lapis to strike. See, he manages to get him down to very low HP, and Hegi doesn't seem to have any regen.
Oh, and that was a terrible mistake there by Hegi.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have any regen, but you'd assume that any good LLDer would have a Rejuve Totem available on their hotbar. He could have backed off, tried to heal up a little bit. I think that was a mistake going back in. Unless he decided, you know what, I'm just going to kill myself because there's nothing I can do any further.
Oh, that counter from the puncture. Alright, a face-to-face battle here. And Hegi pulls out, but manages to get the kill anyway.
Round 5.
And I'm
What's
surprised to not see Hedgie using Molten Strike. As I said, I presume he has a 5-link on his pillar, but also a 5-link on his chest. That allows him to get a 5-link Cyclone and a 5-link Molten Strike. And I feel like against this opponent, Molten Strike could do some more damage.
And you see Lapis getting the engagements on a corner or against a wall here, which is really in his favor with the Molten Strike. That will make the projectiles land in a tinier area.
And Hedgie there getting caught out with that bow out. That's not a good thing to do. It's very hard to switch back. It's very finicky, and if you get stunned... Oh, and he gets bear trapped. Oh, and that quick kill there.
That's going to be it.
Round 6.
I really feel like Hedgie shouldn't be getting caught out with his bow. I think he honestly should not even be using it. It doesn't seem like it does that much damage. Lapis does seem to have good regen.
Yeah, Hedgie has plenty of damage. That's a bad place to engage. Oh, and Lapis takes this round. We saw a lot of Hedgie running away from Lapis in that round, and I mean Hedgie's got the major deeps. He's got the very big PvP-ness, and he should be able to just face up against Lapis in a 1-to-1 duel. But it seemed like Lapis was able to get his Molten Strike, pre-casted before Hedgie was in the engagement, and that gives him the advantage. So,
exactly.
You know.
When you see Lapis coming in with Whirling, you've got to be doing that Molten Strike, getting all the projectiles in the air, so that when the opponent comes in, you can back off, and those projectiles will then hit the ground and hurt them. And I think that's the kind of game that Hedgie has to be playing, because his Molten Strikes will hurt a lot more than a one-handed Molten Strike. So I feel like Hedgie should have been playing defensively, but with Molten Strike out, and then once the opponent commits and gets a lot of damage from those projectiles, that's when it's a good time to Cyclone.
Yeah, because we saw the aggressor in this fight was definitely Lapis, and if you're more on the defense, Molten Strike is probably a better choice. Just to mention this really quickly, we are going to. We're not going to be able to spectate every single match because we would be here all day, and we're going to be spectating one fight for each round. So now we saw Lapis and Hedgie, and next time we're probably going to see game 5, 6, 7, or 8. But we will see. So after the second round, we will be spectating every single match up until the final.
Yeah. So now we have the hardcore ladder up, and just before we jump into the first game, we should simply have a look at the contestants there. I do believe the first match we're actually going to see is going to be Grindcore and Fightgar. Hopefully so. Grindcore is playing the Dagger and Shield. Fightgar is playing a Board and Sword Duelist. I think that's going to be a really interesting matchup because Grindcore's got the power. He's got the fast-acting dagger damage when he gets in those crits.
Crazy damage. Oh
yeah.
I have a two-hander and I can't face off against him in a spectral throwing duel. He does way more damage than me.
Yeah, so I think despite Fightgar having a shield, I think he's going to be able to do a lot of burst damage. So what we might see Fightgar doing is backing off with some enduring cry, get those endurance charges up, and then once he's got the immortal call popped, which I believe he can get up to 3 seconds, then we're going to see him go in quite hard. So I'm excited for that. And very quickly, we got Ripsaw playing a summoner.
Oh yes,
to the,
yes,
to Johnny Annihilation.
I was hoping for that.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see if he makes it. Hopefully, we can catch at least one of his matches. And then we've got PoE account, which is Yoda playing Puncture. Hisnail, I believe, is playing a caster this time around. Bacon is a crit Ellie Trapper. So hopefully we can see him much later, maybe in the losers bracket or in the winners bracket, if he can take down the behemoth that is Lord Sidro, the Puncture, one of the best bow punctures.
That's going to be a big challenge. A lot of these players we saw in the tournament from yesterday, Lord Sidro did very well, but fell to the monster that is Monster Cookie. And we didn't get to see much of Grindcore, so I'm hoping we're going to be able to see their match now, right, GreenDude? I think we've requested that.
Yep.
We want to see some
Grindcore.
Grindcore.
That one, so I'm pretty excited to see it. Yeah.
And Fightgar being very, very strategic, and you guys can look forward to Ripsaw. We're probably going to see some really cool strategies being applied from Kiltacular if he has any experience against summoners. There's some really nifty stuff you can do. You can use. He's using minion instability, of course. That's like the big thing with the summoner builds. He's using zombies, he's using raiding spirits, and his opponent should remove all counter gems if he's a melee character, otherwise he's going to auto-attack the raiding spirits when they attack and kill them and kill himself. It's really brutal. He can also use conversion traps to turn them against Ripsaw, and hopefully we can see some MLG conversion traps.
Yep. We should be able to jump into this next one. I did give them the heads up. So yeah, we're going to be jumping into Grindcore Thrall versus Fightgar. I'm really excited. I think they're just setting things up right now. Well, actually, I think they were just finishing up the standard matches, all the other standard matches that we couldn't see. And from what I'm being told, there was actually a sudden death, and we may or may not be able to jump into that one and see how the sudden death goes. So
that'll be amazing.
That could be interesting. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So I lowered my microphone a little bit, so hopefully I'm a little bit more balanced with GreenDude. Just let me know in chat if it's more balanced now.
Yeah, and I think I boosted mine up a little bit, so we should be good now.
Okay. Yep.
Do let us know.
What match was that? Do you know?
No, I'm not aware. It's one of the standard matches. So here's the standard ladder back on the screen. Also, it did just finish. I think they just finished updating it. So we can see that Lap is that's the one we watched. He is moving on. Oh, and we're already into game number 1 for hardcore. This is Oats PT versus Alcasas, I believe.
Beast Mode, Oats PT versus Alcasas. Yeah, that seems right.
Yep. So this would be standard then. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to be jumping back and forth between hardcore and standard throughout the entire tournament because they can ready up the players in between each round. And yeah, it's really amazing what GGG is doing. They're setting up all the matches simultaneously. Here we see them going face to face, and man, they're using a lot of flasks. But Oats getting caught in that Cyclone. Cyclone being a very powerful ability, very popular in the current PvP season.
Yeah. So that was just one of the matches finishing up for standard. I do believe we're going to be going back to the hardcore match that we had assumed we were going into.
Yeah, we got a little sneak peek there.
Yeah, Oats PT and Alcasas. In the tournament yesterday, I believe, they also went in sudden death and had these games go all the way to 7 rounds. So I'm not surprised to see them do it again. They've got pretty much a mirror matchup here, so it's
yeah, and Oats playing a little bit more defensive. He's using that vitality. He's making sure he has a lot more block chance than his opponent, mitigating more damage, and just draws it out, and tries to empty out all his opponent's flasks. Very valid and legit strategy.
Yep. So now we should be jumping into hardcore. So there we go. That's the match we wanted to see. Grindcore Thrall versus Fightgar.
Oh,
this should be a good one.
These are both players in Calamity, one of the top LLD guilds in hardcore. So you're going to see some of the best players in hardcore face off against each other. And they're both friends too, so...
Yeah, very good friends. And oh, I'm actually surprised to see we got Grindcore playing a two-hander this time as a dualist.
Is this a maze?
Yeah, this is not the character he's used to playing.
But I think he has a weapon swap to two-hander, but I feel like his dagger does more damage. But
no. Usually he plays a dagger shadow, and the fact that he's dualist with the two-hander now suggests that he might have made a new character just in time for the Invitational.
This might be his idea of countering Fightgar, actually. Oh, you see here he's doing a lot of damage with that Spectral. Goes in for the engagement. Fightgar, this is classic Fightgar, hit and run.
Yep. And Fightgar getting the kill there. You're going to see a lot of smoke mines from Fightgar, a lot of enduring cry, and just he'll go in, do some burst damage, and if he doesn't feel confident, he's back out of there with those smoke mines.
He's very comfortable with running away and fighting another day.
Yeah, and we're seeing here Fightgar putting on punishment.
See that smoke mine?
Yeah, there's the encounter, and the smoke mine cloud blinds the players, and Cyclone able to hit 2 times per rotation, so Cyclone is obviously the better option while in a smoke cloud.
But it's risky for Fightgar to remain in the smoke cloud. He will hit substantially less hits, much less hits.
Yeah, Fightgar using heavy strike, so in a smoke mine cloud, he's getting quite a bad accuracy. Definitely not recommended for heavy strike. And here we're seeing Grindcore just spamming that Spectral, trying to get Fightgar to take a bit of damage and make him pop.
So what I want to see for Grindcore here is if he can destroy those smoke mines. Oh, do you see that cyclone damage? Beautiful flicker into cyclone. You can cyclone immediately after flickering, and flickering kind of resyncs you with the server. Nice engagement by Flycar. Getting Grindcore while he's on the run. But yeah, I want Grindcore to remove those smoke mines. That renders Flycar's escape plan obsolete.
Flycar went in with Immortal Call. Grindcore not able to do any damage other than the bit of alley damage he does from added fire and hatred. So Flycar there just won amazingly, deserved it by cleverly going in after he's got the Immortal Call.
Here you see Flycar saying, "It's on now, baby. Oh yeah." He's just getting warmed up.
Flycar is going to be looking to get his Immortal Call there. He's going in. Grindcore has to get out when during his Immortal Call. I felt like he stayed in there way too long.
He sniped Grindcore as he was coming out of the cyclone. Beautiful reactions.
Yep. You're going to see a lot of, you know, just smoke mining and enduring cry from Flycar until he's ready. And once he's ready, you got to get out of there. You cannot try to fight him with the Immortal Call on. Remember, he's, as his name suggests, he's got max block.
The bear trap. He's gonna engage now. Oh, but a little bit of desync.
Yeah,
that was what he was waiting for. That bear trap into cyclone.
There's another encounter with Immortal Call favoring Flycar, but the Immortal Call expiring and Grindcore immediately destroying him.
Yeah, you can only get one endurance charge at this level unless you have a weapon swap with the reverberation rod. This will give you echo, and you can get up to 2 charges. But it's really hard to get those charges up otherwise.
Yeah, I do believe Flycar can get up to 3 seconds. He's got the potentially the +1 endurance charge, rather, corruption on his belt. So that helps him get a longer Immortal Call. We're going to see him just do what he's doing now, which is he's cursing punishment, so that when Grindcore hits him with Spectral, he takes back a little bit of damage, and in the meantime, he's getting that Immortal Call ready.
Am I missing something? I feel like I've seen Flycar with punishment. Doesn't he have that anymore?
Yeah, exactly. He's putting it on Grindcore pretty consistently, and every time Grindcore hits him, they both take damage. I do believe a punishment at max quality and max possible level is something around 18% reflect.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you see it's on him. You can also put curse on hit with your Tempest Shield, so as they're engaging you, they get cursed as well.
Exactly. Flycar has probably the highest block you can achieve in LLD, so that Tempest Shield does go off quite a bit.
Both opponents just filling each other out. This might be, I mean, it's the 5th round. They might be low on pots, both of them. Count Blockula, Flycar taking almost no damage in this engagement. Block chance saving him there.
Red team gains a point. Round 6.
And I think Grindcore just decided, let's not waste any more flasks. We've lost this battle.
Yeah, at first it looked like they were gonna just tie the round. No one really wanting to commit, but
Mama.
oh, and a little bit of desync there, and gets the kill.
They're friendly though. Nice self-found.
Round 7.
So both players are tied right now. This is it.
Oh. And seems like... Oh, we're back. Can we get a countdown, GreenDude, our new timer?
Yeah, 20, 19, 18.
Wait.
A little bit of desync.
You're getting a bit of a lag here. And it seems like it's good. 15, 14, 13. Are we good?
We're a little bit desync, but we'll finish this match.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Alright, punishment up, Tempest Shield, Temporal Chance up. Oh man, Grindcore using plenty of pots there to survive that engagement. Gets up the reju. This will allow Flycar to get a little bit of flash charges if he kills it. Oh, he uses the reju to get their enduring charges. Goes in for an engagement with the Immortal Call. You can see it above his head, taking no damage and finishing off Grindcore. Very nice. Nicely played.
Clever.
Well played by both players. GG. Flycar taking that round.
Flycar is a very clever player, and even when you feel like his build isn't perfect for the matchup, even if you feel like Grindcore would have had the advantage there, Fighter is such a clever player that I'm not surprised he came on top there using those Enduring Cry, Mortal Call. You really don't see that much
No.
in LLD, but you know he's mastering it.
It's a hassle. You gotta have patience, and Fightgar is a very patient man. You know, taking the time necessary to build him up and get the engagement. Let's see how we got the brackets. No, we don't. So that was Grindcore and Fightgar. Lord Sidro, Bacon are also fighting Kiltacular, Ripsaw. I'm really excited to see who's going to be the victor in Kiltacular versus Ripsaw. Could you remember the build of Kiltacular?
No, I don't know who.
We can kind of predict who's
Kiltacular
going
is.
to... Okay, you don't know. Okay.
No, I don't know much about that player. I just I know that though that he is facing Ripsaw, a summoner, so that's not.
There we go. Kiltacular
easy.
taking the victory against Ripsaw summoner build.
Oh, interesting. So we've got Lord Sidro taking the win here against Bacon, the crit Ellie Trapper. So that means we're going to see some puncture against Fightgar's Sword and Board, and then later we'll have Hisnell, the caster. So here we're back to softcore, right into the next game. Alcasas, the Sword and Board Ranger, versus another Sword and Board Ranger, Jennifer LLD.
We saw a lot of Jennifer LLD in yesterday's tournament, the European one. I'm not sure if he's on his native server here. He might be an American. I'm not sure, so he might get some better latency here, giving him a little bit of an advantage. Jennifer was playing very passively, I would say, in last night's tournament. He was just, you know, staying in the corners where he had the advantage for any engagement, and you see him here just using his Spectral constantly putting on pressure. He's got the Elrond jewelry, most likely making his cast free.
So we should probably check if we're synced again now that we're in game 1.
Yeah, 53, 2, 1.
Oh, a little bit of... do you want to stop press and play on the next death?
I will do that, yes.
Okay. So right now we're seeing both players very passive, just spamming their Spectral. Remember that whoever gets the first kill, it creates a huge momentum because it completely changes the game where if you're leading, you can sort of camp and force the other player to come to you. So I'm really not surprised that both players are unwilling to commit right now. The first round is way too vital.
Standing just outside of each other's range. First person to step into this is going to take a lot of damage. This is just a greeting for them.
Remember, a lot of these LLDers actually play with each other and know each other's. I'm sure there's a bit of laughing going on both sides. All right, go ahead and pause and play your video.
All right, 19, 18, 17.
We're perfect.
All right, perfect.
So now we're both in sync and able to watch this very passive match of a lot of spectral throws going. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little more offensiveness coming from a player here that's just going to be sort of bored of just sitting there. One of them's going to be hungry for some action, I'd hope.
I'm guessing both these players are pretty evenly matched, you know, in gear, in skill. The build is, you know, mirrored. So it just comes down to whoever makes a mistake, who gets the best engagement. I think we're going to see Jennifer, most likely, like we saw yesterday, stand next to a wall, next to a corner with his Molten, just anticipating his opponent to just come walking in and taking a ton of damage.
Yeah, and I'd really like to see one of the players right now set up a smoke mine at quite a distance away, and then just come in, hit a few times, and then smoke mine away, and then he can really figure out whether he feels like his damage is good enough to go back in and, you know, be able to appreciate his own strength or weaknesses and more, you know, be more accurate about the matchup.
That's what I would call Fightgar acrobatics.
Yeah, exactly. They really should apply that Fightgar technique where he goes in very, very safely and smoke mines right back out there.
Alright, seems like neither of the players are willing to commit. Maybe they're just gonna draw it out to the end and almost have like a sudden death. Willing to gamble everything on the last round. We'll see.
Yeah, sometimes a lot of players feel confident that as long as they have their flasks all available, that they can win the round. So what they'll oftentimes do is see if they cannot make the opponent lose flasks during the 7 rounds, and then by the end they feel like they can take easily the round with their flask advantage.
Oh, here you see Alcazar's putting down a smoke mine, trying to fall back into his base, inviting Jennifer to come a little bit closer so he can smoke mine and probably get an engagement. Oh, he's a little bit closer now. I think this is it. We're going to see it now. Smoke mine to flicker, probably cyclone. Here we go. Oh! Nobody
Well,
actually winning.
I'm glad we saw an approach there, and I feel like actually both players lost the same amount of life exactly. So
Yeah.
I think no one's going to feel any more confident after this.
Trading
approach.
blows. But it's just like I said, you see Jennifer, he likes to dominate that bottom portion, get that corner, and his Molten does heaps of damage. I like the initiative, though, from Alcazar. I would like to see some more of that.
Yeah, I do think both players are running that Molten Strike and Power combo. Very, very good combo.
Alright, we get a third draw. Now it's the first player to win 2 rounds.
Round 4.
Remember that when the players encountered in the last round, they probably used a few flasks. I don't know which player used the most, but you know that might come into play on the last round.
Yep. It is. It's one of the major things you have to learn in PvP is managing your flasks. It's Alpha and Omega. That's where a lot of the skill comes in. If you can maintain your pots throughout the fight, not waste too many, know when a battle is lost, and maybe just lose a round because you don't want to waste anything, you know, it's going to give you a huge advantage instead of just spamming them, panicking during a fight.
Yes, exactly.
You see?
This map's a little bit bigger, and we saw that Jennifer got the bottom corner. The bottom corner in this map is vital. It gives you a really good perspective of the entire rest of the map, and there's only 2 possible approach, 2 choke points. So I'm not surprised to see Jennifer camping it out here.
Yeah, very popular spot. Almost every match I've seen on this map, they always end up at the bottom. Of course, it gives you a longer range of vision. This is an isometric RPG, and coming from above, Alcazar doesn't really know what Jennifer's doing.
When Alcazar's taken a lot more damage there. I don't think that was really good. I think he even used a pot, whereas Jennifer didn't. Both players still spectraling each other. As you can see, the spectral damage not doing too much because they do have a shield, presumably, I'd hope, a Crystal Brandis, giving them a lot of block, a lot of regen, and a lot of life. So a spectral throw is not doing too much damage. Obviously, their main attack must be the heavy strike.
Of course, yeah. Of course, if it draws out until the end, both players refusing to engage and take it 1 round for themselves, we're gonna do 3 sudden deaths if necessary, and if they don't finish it in 3 sudden deaths, we're just gonna do a coin flip. So we're probably gonna see some action because none of these players want to have a coin flip decide their fate in this tournament.
Well, here's an approach. Nope. Decides to go in, but immediately scared away from the Molten Strike. Jennifer grabbing the very bottom of the map position. And that's the position he really likes. We've seen Jennifer time and time again camping in the corners. Yeah,
you see he's psyching out his opponent, Alcazar. I know he's frustrated. Jennifer has the upper hand here. He knows it, and that's why he does it. So much is on the line. If he sees Alcazar engaging, he can start using his Molten Strike, and I don't think Alcazar stands any chance in such an engagement. So if Jennifer just insists on playing like this, I think you should just allow him to do so and just go until the sudden death and force Jennifer out and just treat this like a blitz.
So the round's about to end, and what I want to see Alcazar do right now when the round starts is rush that bottom corner, be the one to get there first. And if both players arrive at the same time, maybe there'll be, maybe there'll be an encounter and some action will go down.
Yeah. You can hear Jennifer just whirling blading immediately down. Probably not. Yeah, he just put up his auras. You can hear it. He wants that corner.
Yeah, he figures, you know what, I want the corner more than my auras, and if he's giving me the breathing room, then I'll just put up the auras once I get there. So Jennifer, playing a little more cleverly there. I feel like Alcazar could have easily rushed the bottom as well. Now, both players have the same build, so essentially, if Jennifer's willing to maybe give up his hatred to get to the bottom, then Alcazar should do the same thing.
Yep. So after this round, it's going to be first person to take a round. I think we're just going to see Alcacez wait this out, man. And maybe he will charge towards Jennifer. Oh, there we saw a small engagement. Jennifer taking the bigger hits there from Alcacez's Molten Shell. He didn't have time to use his Molten Strike.
It's a pretty risk-free engagement. It's just consisting of one whirling in, one whirling out, and hopefully the Molten Strike will, or the Molten Shell rather, will pop.
That was not what Alcacez thought was going to happen, taking the bigger hits there. But not using any flasks, so this round is coming to an end once again, and I'm fairly certain we're going to see a big engagement at the end here.
Yeah, I'd like to see Alcacez try on the final round. I'm not certain who has the pot advantage, but do remember that if we tie this next round, there'll be a sudden death, and the pots get refilled during sudden death, so maybe we'll see the players feel a little more confident.
Oh, and here we got a different map, and once again we see Jennifer going down to the bottom. Oh, I like it, Alcacez. Using his offhand bow. Not something, you know, he needs for his build, but it's nice for situations like these when he can off-screen his opponent. Spectral Throw only goes so far.
He's got to be careful, though. It's quite easy to be stuck with your bow out, and then someone comes in rushing.
Yeah, this is actually one of the first times we've seen Jennifer poke his head out a little bit, because he knows if he catches him, you know, overreaching, he can really punish him.
Yeah, and that could be just a tactic by Alcacez to try to bait him out. Hey, take a look at me. I'm using a bow. Why don't you come in? And then he'll switch right back into it. Remember, though, that if he does do that and Jennifer does go in, Alcacez will not have Tempest Shield up, so he'll have 3% less block than Jennifer, which could play a huge role in a mirror match like this. So it looks like both players are going to wait it out. Maybe jump in the last 10 seconds. Why not? You never know.
There we go. No, Jennifer gets his Molten up before Alcacez arrives. Wisely, Alcacez withdraws. Alright, so we're probably going to go into our first sudden death here. I believe it's going to be 3 sudden deaths at max now. And, you know, if nothing happens, we're going to just flip a coin. So if they want to keep this up, they might get punished for it.
Yeah, I don't think either player wants that. I think Jennifer, from what we saw, from the very few encounters we've seen, Jennifer seems like his build was either maybe tankier or maybe just luckier on the blocks, but it seemed like he was doing a lot more damage than he was taking in. So I feel like Jennifer should be, you know, going for it, because if it goes to that coin toss, Jennifer's, you know, got a 50-50 chance, whereas maybe in reality he's got a 55% chance. Who knows? I
don't know. Personally, I'm cheering for Alcacez. I saw he was taking the bigger risks, and very often he was actually coming out on top, you know, with his Molten Shell. Clever plays. So, you know, I'll play devil's advocate and cheer for Alcacez.
All right, well, I'm just very hopeful that there'll be an encounter. The map might play a big difference here. We've only seen 2 maps in a best of 7, or 3 maps rather in a best of 7. When you go to the 7th game, you do get a new map, and so in this sudden death, it could be a whole new map. So maybe that'll play a difference. You know, we've noticed that Jennifer was really camping that bottom of the Battlefront map, or whatever you'd like to call it. So.
Oh.
That's interesting. We're jumping into another match.
Alright, maybe they're having some technical issues setting up the sudden death. We will see. We will go into Pillow Pants versus Hegemony TV. And if we got some hedgy people in chat, I want you guys to spread that butter. Spread that butter, guys.
Fight.
Yeah, so I'm being told that we'll resume the sudden death afterwards, but might as well see this match. Oh. This is another sudden death.
Oh, sudden death!
So Pillow Pants going up against Hedgie in this. I believe this is their first sudden death. So both players getting the flask recharged.
Oh,
we see some
traps.
spark traps. That's interesting.
It's probably point blank trap sparks. Which, even self-cast do a lot of damage, so on a trap, ouchie, ouchie, ow. You don't want to step with those. Heiji using his bow swap here with the puncture, getting actually quite a bit of damage in. Forcing his opponent to use a flask. Oh my god!
And Pillow Pants takes it, and we'll be
Holy.
moving on.
GG
Wow.
Pillow Pants.
Those trap casters, they do a lot of damage, and oftentimes they have clever construction. So even if you're on your A game and arcing all those traps, in reality, for 5 seconds they're immune.
Yeah.
So
And Heiji was looking pretty confident there, just running into them, and bye-bye.
yeah,
No,
Cyclone will break traps, so maybe he felt a little confident. He thought, you know what, if I go in and Cyclone, not only will I kill him because his life is probably low, but also I'll break the traps. But in reality, clever construction working really well here for Pillow Pants.
So that unfortunately knocks our good friend Heiji out of the tournament. So well played from him qualifying into the tournament. He's been very active. Good job, man. And let's see. We're hopefully going to jump back into Jennifer and Alcacez's match in a few moments.
Yeah, we'll be right there. And as you were saying about Heiji, Heiji does LLD. I think he's pretty new to the LLD scene, but he does it in softcore, hardcore. He does high-level PvP in softcore. Used to do it in hardcore. Like this guy knows PvP quite well. Lapis is actually someone that I didn't know in this scene, so him taking down Heiji says a lot about him.
And didn't Lapis yesterday play his freeze pulse trapper? Wasn't it something like that?
Yeah, I think we did see him yesterday.
But he's not playing that today, is he?
I'm really not aware.
I hope so, because it was really powerful.
Yeah.
All right, so we only need to see Jennifer, LD, and Alcacez. We've already seen Pillow Pants advancing. He's going to be fighting against a Woggle. I don't know how to pronounce that name. The Svarblar Woggle. And
we'll stick to Woggle.
And Oats PT Beast Mode is going to face off against either Jennifer or Alcacez. So we're going to have another mirror match down there eventually.
Yeah, where they're setting up sudden death. Remember that it's really cool how GGG is able to set up these matches. They type in some kind of code, and all of a sudden it summons an arena, and it invites 2 players to it, and then they just sit there and wait for the go command that one of the admins will type in chat.
Yeah.
But of course, sometimes you get a little bugs here and there, and so it takes them a little bit of time to set up.
Yeah, they're just stuck in limbo until we decide they have to fight.
Yeah.
Here we go. Jennifer versus Alcacez. Guys, who's gonna win? If you want Alcacez to win, I want to see some Frankercy in the chat. If you want Jennifer to win, I want to see some campus.
Fight.
There we go. First sudden death. And boy, I'm not surprised. Jennifer immediately going down to the bottom, putting on his auras and his tempers. Oh, we got the first engagement going all out. Jennifer, he's low. Alcacez.
Oh my goodness.
Not giving
I
up.
can't believe this encounter finished with both players running away. I really thought, might as well finish it off there.
Yep.
Jennifer, I believe Alcacez jumped in first, but Jennifer, very aggressive and jumping right back in, not scared at all.
All right, so now both players are probably low on their instant flasks, their seedlings, they're panicked, and I think it's very likely we're going to see this one draw out. They tried, they got a good fight, and this is sudden death, so every single round they're going to refill their flasks, although we got Alcacez here just doing some sneaky beaky.
Yeah, so I mean, it's almost impossible to tell how many flasks were drank from either player. So I'm sure them, if they're looking at their own flask and they see, oh, mine's almost empty, although they have to assume the opponent's is probably also empty, they might just feel more confident waiting for the sudden death number 2.
Over and over again here, we see Alcacez trying to loop around his opponent, but Jennifer being very smart and putting down those bear traps, and Alcacez doesn't arc them. He can destroy them if he wants to, but chooses not to. There you go, once again. Bear trap, bear trap, bear trap. Alright. So, first draw. We're just going to see them queue up against each other again for the second sudden death, and hopefully see another spectacular fight like we just saw.
Yeah, I'd love to see another encounter like that, except this time, I'd like to see the player, whatever player, it doesn't matter, feel confident enough to chase them down. You have to remember that in this case, I think it was Alcasas who left the fight first. You do have to imagine that even though your own flasks are low, the opponent is obviously running away for a reason, right?
Yeah.
His flasks are getting empty. He's not feeling confident anymore. So
No.
rather than back off, I feel like Jennifer should have really hunted him down there. So I'm quite disappointed that I didn't see him do that.
Yeah, the first person to back down is probably, or most likely, the one to lose. If they have the, the gap closures, leap slam, whirling, flicker. There's many ways of chasing down your opponent, and I think also Alcazar has bow swap with puncture and can really punish him. Also, both opponents have the opportunity to change out their gear in between the matches, and they might have, fixed up their pots a little bit more, gotten more panicked, more effective flask setups for this sudden death.
Yeah, exactly. So here we go again. We'll see which player is feeling most ballsy, because honestly, I feel like whoever just keeps hunting down will be the winner. Whoever basically falls back first will be the loser in my eyes.
Yep. Alright. Jennifer once again dominating the bottom. I think Alcazar is just looking for an opening. He's probably going to smoke mine, get that movement speed bonus. And go for it.
Both players always got their molten shell ready.
Nice flicker engagement from Jennifer. Bringing Alcazar pretty low. He's half HP. Choosing not to use any flasks. But it doesn't seem like he has a big amount of regen either, so maybe he's putting up a rejuve now. Nope, just chilling out. Ooh. Wrong move there.
Yeah, so I'm certain we're going to see another encounter, hopefully, by Jennifer, because as you can see, Alcazar there refusing to drink another pot. He's at 3/4 of his life.
And that's a weakness. That's an advantage for Jennifer. He could have gone in there, maybe gotten a quick kill. The reflexes might not be top notch with all the nerves from Alcazar.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed I didn't see Jennifer go in there. Maybe he didn't get a chance to see the opponent's life bar the way we do.
Oh, Jennifer going in, chasing him down. Alcazar starts a cyclone. Ooh, almost getting him, but that's going to be a draw. We're going to go into the third and final sudden death here between Jennifer and Alcazar. It's going to be the end of it all, no matter what.
I do feel like Jennifer felt or looked a lot more confident in this one than on the first sudden death. However, I feel like he was still a little bit, skeptical of whether he's able to take down his opponent. I want to see Jennifer go in there and not come back out until it's over. And unfortunately, we're just not seeing that. He keeps backing off.
Yep.
And to me, it looked very obvious as well that Alcazar was running lower on pots than Jennifer.
Oh yeah.
You saw him pop multiple times, even cycloning away. Desperately trying to get away, and then you just see Jennifer, back off with the smoke mine.
Yeah, I was able to bring him down many times there, and but like we said, he didn't capitalize on the damage that he gave to his opponent. He just let him run back, regen back up, and it's probably a mistake. So hopefully he's a little bit more confident in this fight. Yeah.
I mean, if I was Jennifer, I'd feel pretty good seeing how the last two matches went. I really feel like it was in his favor. So you have to assume that he doesn't want to go to the coin flip where it's 50-50. So, Jennifer's going to be putting it all, I think, right now. I'd like to see that. And maybe that'll actually work in Alcazar's favor, because maybe he expects Jennifer to do that. And will play very defensively, having that molten shell up, spamming spectral from a corner, stuff like that. We might just see Alcazar do that.
Giving him a taste of his own medicine, maybe.
Exactly. Playing the turret game, and maybe Alcazar does want the coin toss. Maybe
out of spite, maybe.
I mean, he wasn't looking confident out there, so maybe the 50-50 is better for him, and maybe that is a good move on his part if he really feels like he cannot take down Jennifer.
Wait, is there a mistake here on the ladder?
Oh, is there? Where at?
Does the first draw, or I mean, we've only had 2 sudden deaths after the first round, right?
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. We saw that. I believe it's like Alcazaz. Wait a second, Alcazaz won. I'm being told.
Fight.
Yeah, because they finished the best of 7, and then we have 3 sudden deaths, right? Or does the sudden death from the best of 7 count? Because yesterday I think we didn't count that one. Well, if this is correct, Jennifer actually went down into the losers bracket. Well, we will confirm with the devs while we spectate this fight.
Okay, so I'm being told right now that Alcazaz won the 50-50, and that's because there was 3 sudden deaths. We just missed one while we were watching Hedgie.
Oh, okay, so they continued the sudden deaths
Yep.
when we were watching Hedgie, and Alcazaz being the victor in the coin toss. Man, that must kind of sting for Jennifer playing so defensively throughout that entire series.
Yeah, I do feel like Jennifer could have taken that, so he's probably
Games of
fighting himself, really angry that he didn't go more aggressively at the few opportunities he had. But now let's jump into this one. We got Hisnell versus Kiltacular.
Yep.
Interesting name. And so Hisnell is
Spectacular.
Kiltacular. Hisnell is someone who I'm used to seeing playing a caster, so it's interesting to see him play a completely different build now.
Space Jam using, of course, Puncture and Tornado Shot. Ooh, getting chased down.
round 3. Fight.
Or Hisnell, New Year Mimi, I mean.
Yeah, Kiltacular looking really good right now. 2-point lead. We're going to see him play a bit more defensive. It's actually interesting because when Sword and Board is playing defensive, thanks to a point advantage, that's really, really rough for Puncture Bows.
Oh, God.
They don't have the hunting power that Whirling Blades character have.
They can whirling out, they can leap slam across the entire map. It is so hard to catch up to them. And I know you. Oh, here we see an engagement, and Hisnell trying to blink arrow out, but it's not fast enough. Not fast enough. That attack speed from Kiltacular is incredible.
Round 4.
Yeah, and Kiltacular, despite having the point advantage, he's not submitting to a defensive playstyle. He's like, you know what? If I see an opportunity, I'll just take him down. I know I can beat him.
Well, with these engagements, I'm sure, he's getting such good hits in that Hisnell has probably had to panic flask, spamming his pots quite a lot. So he's probably very, very low. I don't think we're going to see a lot of pots in this fight right here. See, he's not healing. He's not healing up. Oh, there we go. Decides to use one of his flasks.
Remember that every time Kiltacular blocks a trap, his Herald of Ash will actually ignite the other traps.
Oh man, he gets punctured, but he doesn't care. He keeps engaging, chasing down Hisnell. The balls on this guy. Nice flicker, Molten, and that's gonna be it. GG.
He even had vulnerability on him at the end there, and still looking confident and dedicated to the hunt there. And to be honest, I do believe that Hisnell was probably completely out of pots at that point, so
Yep.
I'm really not surprised to see him go in despite being cursed and very low on health.
Yeah, it's man. I use leap slam all the time, and against puncture trappers, you can't just leap slam over that. They're always gonna hit you. But you saw many times there that, Kiltacular was just whirling through it, and that makes it so a lot of the projectiles actually miss because he's going so fast. And even though he got hit there a couple of times, he didn't care. He just kept going and kept chasing, and managed to get the kill.
Yeah, so now we're looking at the standard ladder here. We have it up. So we can see there, Alcazaz did win the coin toss, moving up and going to be playing against Lapis in the upper bracket. It's not over yet for Jennifer, who's being sent down to loser's bracket, and he's going to be playing against Oats PT, another sword and board, but this time a duelist, which has a lot of...
Oh, he's actually a ranger. I'm pretty sure he's a ranger.
Oh, he's playing ranger now? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oats PT used to be a very, very good duelist, and I guess he feels more confident as a ranger now. Interesting. So another mirror matchup for Jennifer. Poor guy isn't getting a lot of diversity in what he's playing against.
And this time he's playing against maybe one of the more defensive sword and board characters who loves to draw out a fight and wear down his opponent's flasks and just rely on that regen, going full defense, kind of like Camp Blockula. Man, I hope we're not going to see another one of those drawn-out fights. But, you know,
Yeah.
Beast Mode being one of the top standard LDers is probably going to figure out some tricks that he can use against Jennifer's passive play.
Yeah, exactly. So right now we're just waiting for 2 other hardcore games being played. Maybe we'll jump into one of them. But I do believe the next match we're going to see is Waggle versus Pillow Pants, just to give Jennifer a break, I do believe.
Okay.
And in the meantime, we have GGG staff getting us set up to maybe jump into one of the hardcore games. They are going into Game 7, or I think one of them might even be going into sudden death.
Oh,
So here we go. This seems to be Grindcore versus Bacon in loser's bracket.
Oh, and Grindcore has a 3-point lead here. Oh my god, do you see the life on Bacon? He probably has no flasks, or he's just refusing to use them. Keep in mind though, Bacon has some of the strongest traps I've ever seen. And one misstep from Grindcore and he's out of here. He's toast.
Yeah, so Bacon doesn't have pain attunement. It looks like he might, but trust me, he doesn't. That's his life. That's his life being ultra low and having no regen. So both players are going to be arcing a lot, and you're going to see Grindcore trying
that
to
cold snap.
Spectral him down. He knows that he has no pots left, so every single hit from Spectral counts, and is going to be a lot of damage taken for Bacon. Damage that he can't afford right now.
Got 20 seconds left on the clock. I feel like this is something Grindcore can pull off if he can just loop around his opponent and get one flicker. You know, it's over. It's immediately over. But he's probably scared of those traps.
He's got the 3-point lead. Yes, I'm sure he's very scared of those traps that can one-shot even a character with a shield. And as you can imagine,
I think it's over. Yeah, it's over.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it just ended. Grindcore wins because he has more points. So a very good match there. Bacon deciding, you know what, there's nothing I can do. You have the win.
GG. So we're going to see Grindcore advance further, and we're probably going to see Grindcore versus Hiss now in US hardcore?
No, we're going to be jumping back to softcore. We only watched a quick hardcore game because they weren't unfinished. But now we're going to
he's going to face off against either Lord Sidro or Fightgar. That's going to be a tough match for Bacon. Oh, man.
Yeah, not an easy losers bracket. And honestly, I'm surprised by it. I mean, when you look at the losers bracket, you think, wow, these are quality players. How the hell would they end up down there? And that's just because this US hardcore tournament has some of the best players in LLD. So not an easy losers to come back from.
Oh man, I'm gonna be a little bit sad if we lose Ripsaw in the losers bracket. I would love to see a fight with him. I would love to show you guys the LD Summoner build. It's very cool. And but I mean, we've seen some nice build variation even in this invitational tournament. Like yesterday, we saw the champion of it all, MacGyver, Sir Edwards, go through the entire thing with like a Swiss Army knife of a build. It was incredible. He used bear traps, EKs, punctures. He had it all. All right, we're gonna go into Lapis versus Alcazaz. We are spectating Lapis this time, and yep, he doesn't seem to be using his caster build. We're gonna see Sword and Board versus Sword and Board. Oh,
yeah, another mirror matchup.
We're seeing a different playstyle here, not the passive playstyle of Jennifer. They're going head to head. Lapis, man, he's got balls. Going into that cyclone, doesn't care. He just chases it down. Alcazaz knows he's able to do a lot of damage if he just, you know, runs away and forces Lapis to run into his cyclone.
Yeah, it's interesting. We're seeing essentially the same matches before, except these guys are going ham. These guys want each other dead. Both players trying not to pot there. You can see both of them just regening their life slowly. Every flask really counts. Mirror matchup like this.
Neither of the players have a very high regen. Oh, good engagement here by Lapis. He knows that Alcazaz is low HP. Oh, he doesn't want to use any pots. He chooses to use a flask. Doesn't engage though. He just keeps running away. Maybe he wants to draw this one out, but he had to waste one flask there to have a chance to do it.
But as soon as he put on his Molten Shell, he turned around, and you can see both players feeling much more confident with the Molten Shell up. as it does deal a lot of damage.
Fire Pen and Power. Good damage. Oh my god, Alcazaz. Hanging on by a hair there. Nope.
Gains a point.
And the Whirling Blade able to finish him off. Despite a heavy nerf to Whirling Blades, it still does quite a bit of damage. You'd have to figure that both players would have it 4-linked as well, so it's really good tool to
Lap is super aggressive here, getting great damage on Alcazaz. I think it took one hit from that Cyclone. He almost did a 360 YOLO Whirling Blade there around the spawn. Oh, going straight for it once again. That Cyclone dealing good damage this time around. Who's gonna...
Now Alcazaz falling down to Lapis. And it's interesting to see Lapis looking so confident in a mirror match like this. I really thought it'd be a bit closer than that.
This is like night and day for Alcazaz. Coming from one of the most offensive games I've seen this whole tournament into one of the most aggressive. Lapis going straight in once again. Alcazaz doesn't have any flasks. Oh, GG. Well played.
You know, it's really interesting to see because Alcazaz, when he was playing against Jennifer, there was a bit of frustration because Alcazaz really wants to play aggressive. He wants to go in there and kill him, and Jennifer's not giving him that style. And then he finally matches someone who's playing his own style, and then just unfortunately gets crushed 4-0. Alcazaz just, you know, falling to Lapis.
He probably got caught by surprise and, you know, ended up falling behind on the flasks. I don't know. It's hard to say. We can't see the flasks or the mind games happening behind there. But an excellent exhibition there, or fight. Yeah,
it's not over yet for Alcazaz. He'll be going down to losers. He hasn't lost. That was his first time losing. So...
But Lapis will advance into the finals of the U.S. Standard Invitational, and we're going to see who wins versus OatesBT, Jennifer, Pillow Pants, and Woggle, and then Alcazaz will face off against them, and maybe he will get his revenge in the finals if he can stay alive in the losers brackets.
Yeah, so now we'll be jumping back to hardcore, but first I'm being told that there's other softcore matches going on that are quite tight, so we might just be able to jump into one of those again, so sticking to the hardcore bracket for now, or the standard rather, before jumping back to hardcore. But we have some good news. Back on the hardcore side, when we switch back to that, we're going to be seeing the summoner Ripsaw
playing
against us now. I did get the okay from GGG. They will show us this match.
Special request. Alright, who are we seeing here? Pillow Pants versus the Flodblar Woggle. Oh, nice. We're seeing some Firestorm. Yes, okay, I remember him. I've faced against Woggle in Free-For-All and Bullets in Standard, I think. And this Firestorm, you gotta be careful, guys. You gotta be very, very careful. He's got the stun gem on that Firestorm. And if you get caught in it without stun immunity, oh man, you were done for. And he's also got that temp chains on hit as well, which increases the stun duration, the burn duration. Look, he's still burning, but it seems like he's got stun immunity and he's fine.
Yeah, you can very much notice someone who doesn't have stun immunity when you're in those Firestorm. They will permanently make you sit there until you die. So it's very vital that he has a swap, probably a Chayula. And so, very tight match right now. That's why we jumped into this one. It's still going
on. Oh, man! That's probably... What? Is that LA Equilibrium with Siggy's ring on that cold slap? That was incredible. It must have been something like that. I think that was a clever use of Siggy's ring, maybe, with cold snap. And LA Weakness, reducing his resistances by quite a lot.
So not only a clever use of Ziggy's unique, but I'd like to point out that Pillow Pants was... using a blink arrow swap and quickly swapping. It's interesting to see him use that instead of lightning warp, but apparently he likes it better.
Yeah, you see the Firestorm does pretty good damage there. Cold snap, one Firestorm doesn't hit. He has to have a little bit of RNG. I think this is gonna be it. Pillow Pants. What? He's still winning. Oh man! The RNG with the fireballs there.
And he finally goes down, and that's not looking good for him because now he's down 1 point, and being a match so close, you have to imagine that the opponent's going to be camping a little bit. the Firestorm's really good at breaking the traps. I'm not quite sure if he's got clever construction, but
bad, GreenDude.
if he doesn't, every ball will break the traps.
That was bad, but he chose to run through those Firestorms, knowing he was kind of trapped in that little hole. Oh no,
both players being so aggressive.
Man.
And both players right there were temp chained, chilled, very slowed, and still being aggressive, wanting to take it. But in the end, he falls to the Firestorm.
Man, that was incredible. I would love to see more of that Firestorm. He's very good at positioning it, knowing where to place it. He kind of does mind games, controlling where his opponent goes, and punishes him accordingly. Man, that was a cool build. I did not expect to see that, so I'm glad he is in the tournament. But they were both players in the losers bracket, so Pillpants is unfortunately knocked out, so we're not going to be able to see any more Freeze Pulse shenanigans from him. But Woggle will advance into round 12, where he will face against Jennifer or Oates, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So can I get a countdown from you real quick here?
6, 5, 4, 3.
Okay. Little bit of can you pause it and play?
Round
real quick?
1.
Yes, I will do that. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Perfect.
Smooth. Oh
All right,
yeah.
so we got Ripsaw here.
Hype, guys!
playing
I want to see the
summoner.
hype in chat. Please see the hype. This is Ripsaw. GreenDude, take it away.
So Ripsaw is using an Anime Guardian that's very high level, I believe eye level 50. So that means he can wear gear that standard LLDers cannot use. So it's very tanky, it's got a lot of life and a lot of damage. And probably the most amazing thing with these summoners in LLD is that they use minion instability, and not only does it hurt when the Guardian blows up, but even the Raging Spirits hurt they hurt while they're alive, they hurt while they're dead. It's crazy damage, burst damage. The only downside, of course, to the summoners is they have to keep their army up at all times.
If you get caught without an army, you're very vulnerable. Here you see some of them exploding. Oh wow, this is of course. Wait, is that a bleeding on hit bow? It seemed like it hit him with puncture, poison arrow, and managed to get a puncture. Not sure though. But yeah, you see him here without his army.
And I don't believe well, first of all, I don't believe that Ripsaw has a lot of life, so the poison arrow is able to hit kind of around the corners with the AoE, so we're going to see a lot of poison arrows, and that's also very useful because if he just plops down some traps, what might happen is the minions might all charge him, blow up on the traps, and then get himself killed. So Hisnell has to be very careful, slowly but surely keeping the army down and slowly hurting Ripsaw.
It looked like Hisnell was channeling Michael Jackson for a second there. But it took a lot of hits from the minions there. Surprised he didn't take more. Maybe it was a little bit of desync with the minions. But you see the Raging Spirits have a lot of movement speed with the quality on the gem.
And the Anime Guardian not able to do any work because Hisnell is able to keep a good distance being a ranged character. And taking a lot of damage there from the Raging Spirits. As you can see, their attack does plenty of damage, but if you kill them at melee range, they will blow up on you. He can't afford that, and Hisnell doesn't have that much regen. Really cannot afford it.
Are we seeing any, oh man, that
Or
arc.
is And that's some EE arc, so every time it procs Elemental Equilibrium, making the Raging Spirits do more damage when they blow up and when they attack.
Yeah, they do fire damage, physical damage, half and half, right? And blow up for pure fire damage. He's probably linked it up in his tablet with +1 fire pen and power, everything you can think of. And in his shield, he has a +1 with his Guardian, and I think that Guardian can actually equip, isn't it like level 53 items?
Exactly,
it's pretty crazy, so you can get some really high level weapons on your Animate Guardian and finish off the opponent by itself almost. But of course the AI is pretty stupid, and you can kind of play around it if you know how to.
Yeah, exactly. The Raging Spirits will really stay close to you and follow your arc, but the Anime Guardian, not very smart though. He's very offensive, and sometimes he'll just run in and get baited.
Ripsaw not being able to amass a very big army, his nails shooting around the corners. And I mean, Hisnail's being very good at killing them off as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I'd actually like to see Ripsaw make a big army and then go in, you know, just jump into the enemy.
Oh, you see his HP drop there to half from one explosion that we didn't get to see.
You know, Ripsaw needs that enemy guardian damage, and the only way he's going to get that against this matchup, at least, is by being the one who rushes in. Sure, it's very risky, but I'm sure he could take it home.
We're not seeing any zombies this time around.
Remember, though, that when you're playing against a ranged enemy like this who has good AoE, if you're summoning zombies and raging spirits and they get crushed and die, you're way too busy just summoning constantly and your position's bad. So maybe he's like, you know what, I'll just concentrate on one summon at a time. He's able to do raging spirits quite easily.
Yeah, you see he's stutter stepping all the time, trying to avoid those shots around the corner.
Yeah.
Right now, Hisnail wants to engage. Ripsaw completely open. He might take a couple of hits, allows Ripsaw to get that small army up.
And you know, Ripsaw, in order to get the zombies up, he's got to get the Desecrate on the ground, and then he's got to start making the zombies. So I think in this matchup, he's got to be on his toes with the Raging Spirits instead, and maybe even, hopefully, get the enemy guardian to blow up.
We have a new arena. This one is more in favor of Hisnail, arguably. The minion's going to have an easier time of attacking, but Hisnail might have an easier time of shooting around the corners as well. Ripsaw getting pretty low HP there, chooses not to use his pots. Oh, he doesn't have any mobs up. Hisnail, come on, man. This is yours. This is your round if you want to.
Wow, and Ripsaw being very aggressive here despite having no minions up, using the Arc and Cold Snaps to actually do quite a bit of damage in a long, long chill.
And he is using conversion traps here. He's choosing not to use his puncture traps. He's using multi-track conversion trap, which is a very clever way of... Oh man, that Arc. He has an ace up his sleeve.
Ripsaw doing exactly as I said. He's just got to rush in there as soon as there's no traps. Remember that he's using Arc to proc EE, but it will destroy traps.
Oh, it seems like he's now a little bit desperate there.
But Hisnail actually really ready for the matchup. You saw him use Conversion Trap on the enemy Guardian, and all of a sudden Ripsaw has to back off from his own Guardian.
Yeah, this is definitely a puncture on hit. Oh, that poison arrow. Conversion trap!
The conversion trap on one side, forcing the minions to push Ripsaw to the other side where a strong poison arrow cloud is waiting for him. Very, very well played by Hisnail there.
This is how you play the matchup, boys.
Yeah, conversion trap used to convert players, and with 1.3.0 that got removed. And but it's still usable against minions, and so that's probably one of the strongest vulnerabilities of the Summoner builds.
He's now doing a great job of keeping those up. Some of them was let through the minefield, though. Oh, here they come again. Oh, he might take a lot of damage here, but he's able to run pretty quickly using the blink arrow. Ooh, gets an off-screen puncture. Of course, the duration on the Raiding Spirits is much shorter in LLD. He's playing a witch, so he's probably too far away to pick up those points. Unless, I mean, he's maybe going down for his element equilibrium, so he might reach for the one cluster of skill duration nodes, but still, it's pretty far.
And he's got quite a big army now, so I'd really like to see Ripsaw charging in with his Arc, like he did last time. As we saw, the more he waits, the more Hisnail is able to work him down until he finally gets the kill.
Yeah. So if this one draws out, it's going to be pretty much a sudden death. Yeah, it's going to be pretty much a sudden death. First person to win from here on out is going to be the victor.
Round 7.
So I really believe Ripsaw can just build an army, wait for Hisnail to come, and then just charge in. I'd like to see that right now.
Oh, what is going on?
Oh, but he's getting permastun. Arc versus... Oh my goodness. Ripsaw making a crucial mistake. He decides, you know what, I'm just going to try to Arc you, but of course the Arc procs EE every time, doing less and less damage. I think maybe Ripsaw was hoping that the Automatic Guardian would die and blow up on his opponent, maybe get the one-shot.
Yeah, but the Guardian was a little bit delayed. Didn't get there until Ripsaw was very low on HP and close to death. Although his arc still did a great amount of damage there, but Hisnail knew, you know, if he just keeps shooting, he's gonna win that exchange.
Yeah, and you know, I would have, admittedly, I'd like to have seen the anime Guardian blow up there just to see how much damage it would have done to Hisnail. But unfortunately, Ripsaw going down first.
Oh man. Oh well. At least we got to see a Ripsaw in action. I hope you guys enjoyed the build. You can definitely see that it has a lot of potential. It has managed to qualify for the Invitational, so maybe it's something you guys would like to play in the next season. Of course, we're gonna have the next PvP season be in Torment and Bloodlines, so you guys should all get ready if you want to participate in this goodness. Start acquiring, you know, a few items here and there. Maybe plan out a clever build for the next season. Of course, we're gonna have balance changes. A lot of stuff is gonna change around in between the season, so hopefully we'll see even more builds next time.
Yeah, so now we're switching back to the standard ladder, and we're going to be able to see. By the way, right now we're switching to being able to see every match. We're going to be seeing all the matches one by one, so that's interesting. And so now we're going to be going down to what is it? Waggle versus Oats. Should be Waggle versus Oats to see who's going to be facing Alcacas.
Yeah, in the semifinals. Yep. Because Lapis is already qualified into the finals, it's going to be a Waggle versus Oats, and they're both playing Sword and Board, right?
Right, exactly. So it's going to be interesting.
Wait, no, Waggle's the Firestorm. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He's got traps, he's got Firestorm, he's the caster, and then, yeah, and whoever wins this one will go against Alcacas, who is the Sword and Board.
Firestorm, hype!
Fight.
So here we go. I'd imagine Oats would have his stun immunity, and I'm sure he knows the matchup. He knows who he's playing.
Lashwar is equipped. Amulet with spell block. Tempest Shield is up. He wants to block as many of those fireballs as possible. But Waggle is one clever exile. See here, he's starting.
That's one of actually the interesting things is if you're playing like a ranger, the only way to get the stun immunity is Chiyula, which doesn't allow you to wear Stone of Lazar. So
this is true. Yeah, he's a ranger.
It forces you.
Man.
It forces you to be weaker.
Maybe he's got the stun immunity. Oh my lord. Good damage there. Great engagement. Catches Waggle outside of the Firestorm. Barely taking any damage.
Usually placing a lot of bear traps on the ground.
You usually see Beast Mode play a little bit passive, but now he's on a very aggressive playstyle.
Yeah, he cannot be standing in the Firestorm, so he's playing very aggressive. His Warlings are going to be breaking the traps.
Bear trap. We're gonna see a flicker. This is gonna be the finisher. Oh, Waggle using his flasks in the middle of the Firestorm. Beast Mode doesn't care. Ooh yeah, Beast Mode. Takes down Waggle on his home turf.
Remember that Beast Mode will have the bear traps increased duration, so as soon as he hears that cling, you might just see Oats jump right in there, and then the desperate Waggle will be, you know, casting his Firestorm on top, hoping they're not done.
Beast Mode now, of course, having the lead, like you said earlier, it gives him a huge momentum, and he might just, oh wow, he's not deterred, he just goes for the kill, chasing down Waggle.
Round 4.
So can you give me a sync countdown, please?
8, 7, 6.
Okay, we'll just start playing pause.
After this round then.
Yeah, after this one.
Yes.
Perfect. So right now we're seeing a lot of Waggle Firestorms trying to get that crowd control, forcing Oats back, maybe getting him to use a couple pots because it does apply 10 chains on hit if I'm not mistaken.
Might be
in it.
An act of desperation from Waggle here trying to chase him down with the Firestorms. I want to see some fire traps on the ground in case Oats does some shenanigans and tries to loops around, which he's about to do. He doesn't have any Firestorms there except that one, which is barely hitting him. Here comes the engagement. No traps triggered from him. He's trying them down, using Smoke Mine cleverly. Oh, the Flicker Smoke Mine combo joins Waggle over to the other side of the arena. Oh, Waggle, man. He's got some good Firestorms, though. They're both dealing pretty good damage. Waggle. Rest in pepperonis, mate. GG from both players. Well played.
Yeah, very good match there, and I feel like honestly it was just down to the matchup. I don't feel like any of the players made a mistake or any kind of make any kind of mistake that would have thrown the game there. I feel like it's just unfortunately Oates' build is really strong against Woggles.
Very strong. Okay, so I started the player over again, so we should be synced up now, hopefully for the next match. If not, we will check as it starts. So yeah, we will see Oates PT Beast Mode versus Alcazaz Sword and Board mirror matchup once again. Seems to be a running theme here in the US tournament. A lot of melee builds. But well played by Waggle. I loved his build. Good showing from him.
Yeah, and we're going to be jumping real quick to the hardcore ladder, and we're going to be able to see who was it. Be switching any second and see. But yeah, we're going to see Alcacess and Oates after, and whoever wins that one will go in finals. So here we go, hardcore ladder. So we've got Grindcore versus Hissnail. So that is, I believe, Puncture versus Two-Hand Cyclone.
Yeah, Grindcore's a new build that we haven't seen before. I heard some rumors that he had like a secret build. Maybe this is it that he's showing us here in the Invitational. Of course, Lord Sidro been dominating this entire season in the Swiss events, and it's really not a big surprise seeing him already qualified for the finals. All right.
So here we go. Hissnail putting down a lot of traps. Grindcore does have the Bear Trap, Multi-Trap, and Power increased duration setup, I'd imagine. So you're going to see him jumping into any Bear Trap that Hissnail walks into.
Yep. Grindcore here taking a lot of damage already.
Hissnail's got the vulnerability on hit, so when he does get that puncture...
And the poison.
That hurts. And the poison hurts as well, yes. Grindcore getting cornered there.
Oh, and that puncture, infinite range almost. Oh! The science, he has to get out of there! Get out of here now! No! Puncture! Nothing he could do.
And Grindcore going in with Cyclone very... Oh, and gets the kill.
Ooh. Aggressive playstyle. I like it, Grindcore. Keep it up.
Hissnail has got to be pretty scared after seeing Grindcore just jump in and crush him like that. Trying it again. This time, fortunately, Hissnail gets the puncture and he gets the kill. Grindcore being way too aggressive there.
Good sidestepping, good kiting there.
I think Grindcore felt very confident after round 2 and decided, let's do it again. This time Hissnail was ready.
It seems like Grindcore really like that aggressive... Oh, Hissnail managed to loop around the entire arena really quickly. And decides to take... to dominate that top portion. Grindcore has no idea what's going on. He doesn't know where the traps are. But we see Grindcore actually switch to his dagger. Maybe he's going to play a little bit more passive now. Use the Spectral Throw and get some damage in before going in with the full engagement with the Cyclone.
So we got Grindcore at the best position for the map here. He's got the full view, perfect for Spectral. And Hissnail does have the advantage though, so we might have to see Grindcore man up and go up there.
I really like Grindcore's use of Cold Snap though. Like, you wouldn't expect a melee character to use that, so you probably don't equip your Wanderlust or your Dream Fragments, and all of a sudden, boom, you're frozen, shit! And he just kills you.
Exactly, so very good use of Cold Snap there. Unfortunately for Grindcore, who is falling behind because of the 1 point, he's got to walk up the stairs. No one wants to walk up those stairs. Either at the top or in the stairs, there'll be a trap waiting.
That's a kill zone.
I'd imagine he would. I'd imagine him either having a swap for Leap Slam would be really useful here, or simply arcing the stairs before going up them.
Seems like he's figured this out. He just wants to draw out, and in the next round, I think we're gonna see Frightgar reaching for that top platform and bringing the fight up there to him. Oh, Hissnail going for a quick engagement.
This time Hissnail taking the bottom part of the map instead of the top, and looking much more confident, especially with a 1 point lead. This is not where Grindcore wants to be right now. And remember, those Rain of Arrows are there to break Grindcore's bear traps, but they do a lot of damage as well, so Grindcore trying to avoid those rain of arrows coming from the sides.
Grindcore going for the engagement, going through a lot of traps.
And that's not good.
But
taking so many traps, using so many flasks, and then having to back off. That's not something you want to be doing.
I'm not seeing him use Arc very much, but his now probably has color constructs. Oh my god, that cyclone damage! Beautiful! Quicksilvers. We're gonna see a series of. There you go.
And the bear,
Gains a point.
what?
Round
The
6.
bear trap from Grindcore made it look like Hisnell was dead meat at that point, but Hisnell getting insane puncture hit there. Possibly even shotgunning him.
That was a turn of events I did not expect.
Wins.
Wow.
This is not what we expected. It looked like Grindcore was just gonna go right through him and blender him with the Cyclone. Instead, Hisnell gets the crazy shotgun. Wow.
And Grindcore being a little bit flustered goes for the super YOLO strat at the end there, and unfortunately loses. Well played. Hisnell then advancing into the semifinals in the losers bracket. My god.
Yeah, I think that last play made Hisnell, or rather Grindcore, get very, very sad, disappointed that he didn't walk away with a point there, tying the rounds. And so I think he just, decided to throw himself into the arms of Hisnell and submit.
But
so we'll be going back to standard, and I believe we're going to finally see the match that'll determine who's going to go in finals.
yeah, clearly Hisnell will not blend. So chat, are you guys enjoying the show? I hope you are. Oh man, it's so cool to finally be able to do this for you guys, and this time around, it's not just GreenDude arranging it by himself. He's been a big part of this, but finally GGG is officially sponsoring this and doing it for us all.
Yeah, it's an amazing event, and already we can see here on day 2, we had the other tournament yesterday. If you didn't see that, there is a VOD, I believe, already up.
Yep.
But already today you can see the events going much more smoothly. GGG is doing an awesome job. It's their first time doing anything like this, and already day 2, and they're doing it like pros. And speaking of which, they should be switching us to standard. Here we go. We got the ladder up for standard. And in a moment, we're going to be jumping in the game. So this will be Alcacas and Oats fighting for a place in the finals.
Any predictions, GreenDude? This is going to be Sword and Board versus Sword and Board. Oats, the defensive player, but he's shown us he can be aggressive too.
I mean, it's hard to predict it in mirror matches like this. I'd like to point out, though, that Oats has a lot of regen, and that's something that I think Alcacas doesn't have.
No,
so,
he was regening it very, very slowly.
Exactly. So I think if both players sort of play that go in, go out strategy, I think Oats will easily win the match then.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And Alcacas, man, I kind of feel bad for him. He went through a very defensive match, and then he just got overrun by a super aggressive player. And we'll see now what happens. Oats seems to be a good balance between the both, so I think he has a good chance, but he's got to get those good engagement without wasting too many resources.
And we're seeing Oats taking the bottom part. That's always the best part.
Alcacas just going in with the Cyclone here, destroying the traps along its way, and Oats taking quite a lot of damage.
It's actually quite surprising. I thought Alcacas was going to make a mistake. Cycloning does reduce your movement speed by 30%, so if you do it prematurely, the opponent can run around and then start projectiling you while you're still in the animation.
Oh, yeah.
So I really felt like Alcacas was going to make a mistake there, but the AoE of the Cyclone was just enough, doing quite a bit of damage to Oats. But he's going to be able to wait it out with his Vitality, getting a lot of regen.
Yeah. Nice attempt at a flicker Cyclone engagement. Oats predicting it though, whirling blades out pretty quickly.
We're seeing a lot of bow action with from Oats. It seems like he's got a single proj, but he's also got the +1 arrow on his quiver, I'd imagine. So he's doing quite a bit of damage with those punctures. It's just he's always got to be careful not to get caught out with the bow arrow.
And we see once again, man, this has been repeating and repeating over and over again. Alcacas is not destroying the traps. He is going for those flanks, and he always gets caught by the bear traps. I want to see some arcs. I want to see something destroying those traps, because he's getting some good engagements. Here we see beast mode taking some damage there. Oh, that mold shell being very effective. Both of those engagement.
And one of the things I'm really surprised so far is how much damage Oats is taking. You know, as I predicted earlier, I said, you know, Oats is more regen. I feel like Oats might be tankier, but every time there's an encounter, it feels like Alcasas is the winner of them.
I think it comes down to that Molten Shell, honestly. Every time he engages, he has it up. He gets that Fire Pen Empower, you know, good fire damage against Oats, and Oats gets scared. He takes a lot of burst damage. And that's on top of the Cyclone, the Flicker. It's pretty darn good burst damage from Alcasas.
Yeah, and I'd like to remind the viewers at home that we're doing a perspective switch every round, so if it looks very much the same right now, that's because it's a mirror match, but we are now looking at Alcasas.
Both players very low. Beast Mode using one of his flasks to regen back up. Right now, Alcasas is the one with low HP. Maybe Oats wants to make an engagement here. Both players healing up with their flasks.
And another Whirling that just, every time they go in with Whirling, Whirling does a bit of damage, but so does the Molten that blows up from the Whirling. So it feels like both players are just coming out of the every encounter with the same amount of life.
Yeah. Both players using at least 2 or 3 flash charges each there, so they're probably both fairly low at this point. We might see a little bit more defensive gameplay as they regain some flasks from just the next round.
Yeah, now we've switched back to Oats, and we saw him place multiple traps, bear traps, but single trap fire traps. And the point of those fire traps is to simply not allow the opponent to put traps down, because the burning ground will prevent that. So very good use of fire trap by Oats right there. Obviously knows the matchup very well.
Oh man.
Both players exchanging the spectrals. One of them clearly blocking way more than the other.
Yeah.
Alcasas having to walk away there. That was quite an RNG exchange there.
Alright, we got an engagement. Oats taking most of the damage there once again in every single engagement. That Molten Shell doing so much damage. You see Alcasas being very good at keeping it up. Flicker Strike. And detonates the Molten Shell once again. Beast Mode not doing the same thing, even though it's a mirror matchup. They don't have the exact same tactics. Oh, Beast Mode.
Oh. Beast Mode going really, really low there. Getting out just in time, but having to pot.
Molten Shell.
No, and Alcasas is not potting anymore, and he's...
Oh, he's probably running out. Oats knows what's going on. Ooh, his last flask.
Oh, and the draw is saving Alcasas, because honestly, I think Oats realized, you know what, Alcasas has no more pots. This is it. But the timer is saving him.
Fight.
Saved by the bell.
So now remember that both players do get a bit of flash charges, even when you don't get a kill.
Yeah.
But I'd imagine Oats would be up ahead based on the last encounter.
Oats managing to pop that Molten Shell, but not this time. Look at that damage. Oh man, puts it back up, goes for another engagement, gets... Oh man, he's playing so well right now. Even though it's even, I feel like Alcasas is kind of, you know, controlling this fight. Getting a lot of the really good engagements. I would love to see the flash status right now. Both players taking equal amounts of HP.
Alcasas looking really bad now.
This could be anyone's game right now.
He's cursed. He doesn't have any flash. I would not engage if I was Alcasas right now until that vulnerability is off.
He has the Molten up. Oats. Oh man, he even potted one more time. How many pots do these guys have? Beast Mode, full HP. Alcasas very low. Yeah, this is it. This is gonna be it. Come on, Beast Mode. You can finish it. Alcasas running for his life, but...
Round 5.
The beast has found its prey.
And now I think Alcasas waited a bit too long. Both players were really low on flask, but now Oats just got a kill, so I'd imagine one of his flasks to be completely refilled by now. So Alcasas not in a good spot. He's got to win. One more to tie it, and he's down flask, so I'd imagine Oats would be feeling very confident, and as we can see here, he's just spectraling. No reason to be hunting down using Whirling Blade when you're up 1 point.
Oh, Whirling Blade's out of there. Yeah, Alcasas probably wants to regain some of his flasks. He probably used all of them up. It takes about like 2 rounds if you're completely empty to get some of the flask charges back. And so we might see the next round, he's going to go all out and try and even it out. But for now, I think he's gonna just, you know, keep his cool, keep his composure, and look for an opportunity.
Yeah, we're seeing Oats just playing it cool. Playing defensive, you know, spamming those spectral and staying at a good distance like that is a very good way to play it, and you can see Alcacas.
Oh man, Alcacas is struggling, yeah.
If I was Alcacas, I would tie the game here, tie this round rather.
Yep.
And wait for him to get some flask, because you have to expect Oats would have his flask, and so instead of trying to compete empty versus full, why not just wait till you're both full again and try to get that tying point?
I'm also surprised to see Oats seeing the status of his HP. He must not have a lot of flasks either, so he's probably scared a lot is on the line right now. He could have probably gotten that kill if he was a little bit more aggressive, but decides to give him the draw this round. Oh, here we go.
Alcacas going right in, and actually almost taking Oats out, surprisingly. Oats did have to pot there, so very good move by Alcacas.
Alcacas once again.
We just saw him go in again with the vulnerability curse. I think he's not accounting for it very much. He doesn't seem to realize how strong it is, and refusing to wait for it to expire before going back in.
Yeah, and Oats just camping the corner here. Oh, but Alcacas sees an opening, gets in there. Oh, he's low HP. Does he have flasks? Is he kind of baiting him now? Maybe it's a little bit of mind games. Goes in for the engagement. Yeah, he had a pot up his sleeve. You will see some mind games like that sometimes. They go in with low life, making their opponent think they can get a quick kill, but in reality they cannot.
Extraordinary play there by Oats PT. He's really working Alcacas down, which is exactly where you want to be when you're ahead like this. Alcacas is just looking very desperate right now. Doesn't know what to do. Out of pots. He's just running in there. You can see him just trying desperately to maybe get a kill.
Oh,
he can't play this attrition game anymore.
It's over. Oats hunting
unless
down
he
his
ties
prey.
the game here, unless he ties the round and gets a refill.
Oh wow.
That could be what he's aiming for right now.
Wow. Is he gonna
He's
block?
hanging on to your life, but...
Alright, GG by both players. A really exciting matchup. We finally got to see a sword and board mirror match where they were really active, trying to hunt each other down. And Oats managed to come out on top. Well played.
Yeah. Very good semifinals there. And Alcacas played really, really well. You have to give it to him.
Oh, yeah.
Despite Oats looking strong there in the end, that's just because Alcacas was working with almost nothing. He had no more flasks. He couldn't get that curse off of him. He couldn't heal himself. You know, Oats not giving him any breathing room. So I think Alcacas played really, really well. But obviously, congratulations to Oats. He's going into finals, and he's going to have to face off against Lapis.
Yeah, and in that engagement, I mean, in that fight, like we said at the beginning, Alcacas a build with not too much regen. Oats deciding to use Vitality and getting more regen. They were both going into many engagements, requiring them to use a lot of flasks, and at many points during the entire fight, Oats was able to just regen, choose not to use flasks, whereas Alcacas was forced to use flasks. So I think it might have actually come down to the regen there, if you think about it.
Yeah. So here we're looking back at the hardcore ladder. We're switching to that, and then Killtacular is going to be playing Hisnail, and they're going to find out who's going to go in finals for the hardcore ladder, or for the hardcore tournament rather. And whoever makes it is going to fight Lord Sidro.
Yep. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, after the finals, we will have a grudge match between Standard and Hardcore. So we want to see the hyper chat for that, definitely.
Yes, that's going to be really exciting. We had one yesterday. It was awesome. And this time I'm hoping for maybe a hardcore kill. Software did take the last grudge match yesterday if you missed it.
Alright, we got Hisnail, Killtacular. Hisnail, of course, the Puncture Trapper who faced off against Ripsaw. He's probably changed his Conversion Trap, Multi-Trap out with a Puncture Trap this time. It looks like it's actually... Is he using Poison Arrow Trap? Oh no, Tornado Shot Trap. There you go. Oh my lord. The puncture from the Tornado Shot manages to bring Space Jam down to 20% HP. Bleeding on hit bow. Damn!
Oh, and he getting Bear Trap there.
Oh,
It looks like
Killtacular whiffs the smoke mine. course, not in line of sight, but actually manages to get the kill regardless. The duration of that bear trap was insane, GreenDude.
Yeah. So next round, you and I are going to be resyncing just to, stop and play.
All right, all right.
And then we'll be good to go. So Kiltacular having the advantage right now. That's a really good spot to be in against a Puncture, as I said multiple times in the tournament. You definitely want to be up ahead. Wow. Kiltacular taking round 2 again.
It's time to Space Jam. Everybody get up.
So are we back in sync right now?
Oh, let me just reset it. Apologize for this. There we go. 12, 11, 10.
Excellent.
Smooth.
So as I was saying, Kiltacular is up ahead, and time and time again, I'll say this: Puncture cannot chase down a sword and board. So it's looking really good for Kiltacular.
Kiltacular getting some really good Flicker Strike engagements, but Hisnell this time managing to blink arrow out, but this time, is he going to be able to? No, he tries to face off against them, but it's not worked out this far. Why does he continue? Maybe he didn't have a choice. His blink arrow might have been on cooldown.
Round 4. Fight.
And Kiltacular is going to really need some luck here. Kiltacular will be aggressive, so Hisnell needs some luck. And getting a kill from his traps. But Kiltacular honestly just blocks them, and his Herald of Ash will break all of them, including the multi-trap. It'll extend through all 3 traps. So, Hisnell needs to be really lucky here and get a penetrating shot.
Yep. Little bit of lag here. What is going on? Did your feed stop, GreenDude?
Nope, my feed's still going.
Okay. Seems like we're having a little bit of technical issues. Let me see if I can restart this. This is, we've been expecting a few technical issues. Thus far, it's been completely smooth for the most part. Yesterday was a little bit worse, but this is a learning experience for both us and GGG. So please be patient with us.
So are you good on your end now?
Oh yeah, it's up. It's up.
Excellent. So we'll just check again for sync, but we should be good. So now we're looking at the standard ladder.
What happened?
Pardon me?
What happened in the fight?
It was it finished with Hisnell losing to who was it again? Hisnell losing to Kiltacular. So Kiltacular will be playing Lord Sidro in the hardcore tournament. But
okay.
Now we're looking back at the standard ladder where we have Lapis going up against Oats in the finals. We're just about to jump into this.
Oh, okay. All right. Man.
And I'd like to remind everyone that Oats needs to win twice. This is because he's coming from the loser's bracket. Mm-hmm. So every player gets to lose once. And since Lapis has never won in the tournament, if Lapis wins, he wins the tournament. If Oats wins, he has to play a second time.
Yep.
Round 1.
All right. Good luck to both players. Probably going to see the players, first of all, feel each other out. We are seeing the perspective of Lapis here. Getting caught in the Bear Traps Beast Mode, going in with the Cyclone, but actually takes more damage than he's giving out here.
So Lapis is taking a lot of damage here. Oats is looking really good.
Yeah, Lapis trying to chase him down.
We're seeing Oats trying to weave in and out with his Whirling Blades, but in the end, Lapis is able to
Beast
get him.
Mode, watch out! Oh, man.
Round 2.
Looking on top state throughout the engagement, but in the end, Lapis gets it. See some really aggressive play. This is what we love to see. Oats chooses to run away, but was it the right choice? Taking a lot of damage. Lapis coming after him. The Cyclones, Beast Mode, getting a lot of life on hit there from the Cyclone. Oh no. Choosing to run out of the Molten Strike. Whirling Blade being so much faster. Oh, gets him up against the pole.
Round 3.
The projectiles, of course, doing a lot more damage.
these players are looking a bit more defensive here. Lapis still going in, even though there's 3 bear traps on the ground, getting stunned in the bear trap. Lapis trying to hunt him down so desperately. Oats is just whirling Blaze in and out, in and out. Does not want to stand still for one moment, as Lapis will easily kill him.
And it seems like Lapis is doing some good. He's reading Oats like an open book here, managing to follow him for every single whirling blade and get some good damage in. And this, man, domination from Lapis with the BM bow swap. No, I'm just kidding.
Round 4. Fight.
So Lapis looking, I mean, really, really good here. Should be able to finish this off. I'd imagine Oats is desperately looking for something to change in his playstyle.
Yeah.
So remember,
the
both
bear
of them are
traps, he gets a
playing
good
the same-
cyclone with the molten shell. Man, the bane of beast mode.
Blue team wins.
There you have it. GG from both
There you
players.
have it. Lap is taking this one for the U.S. standard. Remember, if Oats had won, they would have gone in again. But Lap is only needs to win one, so
Yep.
he takes this tournament.
He takes the tournament with 1 life left. He could have lost one more time, but he didn't want to. He just wanted it over with, done and done. So Lapis, congratulations as the U.S. standard player. He will get the opportunity to face off against the hardcore winner. It's you know, just a grudge match for fun, but he's gonna get a lot of swag from Racer and Karma Coin. And yeah, well played by all players.
Excellent. Yep. So we'll be switching now to the hardcore one. Here we go. We've got the ladder up. And you and I can just sync real quick before we get into the match.
Will I just pause and play it?
Yep, go for it.
All right, play. All right, should be good.
Excellent. So we're ready to see the finals. It's going to be Lord Sidro and Killtacular.
Lord Sidro, of course, being the puncture beast of hardcore. Killtacular, the Molten Strike sword and board. Guys, I want to see some hype in chat for these players. If you want Lord Sidro to win the hardcore US tournament, I want to see some frankercy. Killtacular, show me them kappas.
Remember, Killtacular has to win twice.
Yep.
And whichever one of these players ends up winning the tournament, not only is he going to get the prizes, but then the grudge match.
Wait, what is going on? Lord Sidro? What is he playing? He's opting to not go puncture.
Lord Sidro playing a completely different build than yesterday.
Wow.
Maybe choosing, you know what, for this tournament, I rather a different build completely.
But it seems to be working. Manages to almost one-shot pretty much Space Jam. Holy, says Space Jam. He now knows what he's up against.
I don't think Killtacular was expecting that, and now he's going to have to adapt. He's probably going to have to switch a bit of gear. You see him playing defensive, which is, I mean, we haven't seen Killtacular play defensive at all this tournament. And you know, now he's just backing off, not sure what to do.
Yeah,
This
Lord
is a
Sidro
very interesting turn of events.
being actually pretty clever. Everybody knows his puncture. He brings something else to the fight, and I am only imagine Killtacular probably has a lot of bleeding pots that are going to be of no use in this fight.
That's true. He probably brought in the wrong pots. Good point there. And instead, he's facing a caster who's got traps. He's got everything for Killtacular's approaches.
Well, Sidro taking a lot of damage here, but managed to step away, getting a good freeze ball since Space Jam taking quite a lot of damage.
I think Killtacular's going to have to put on that block amulet or something, because it seems like he's taking every hit and a lot of damage every time.
Oh, I don't think he has any curse immunity anymore. He actually did that engagement without curse immunity. With Temp Chase and Chilled. Oh, the humanity.
There is a way to deal with chill. You can have a taste of hate, which will help you avoid chill.
Yeah.
There's also the mod that you can craft through Leo crafting, and then of course you can have dispel chill. But I don't think he's equipped with that on any flasks because he didn't expect a caster.
Here we see Killtacular going in. Temp Chain, Chill, uses the curse immunity flask, but it's too late. Too late. Sidro taking round 2.
It seems like we're very decent right now.
Go.
Fight.
Go. Okay.
Oh.
Go ahead and count.
24, 3, 2.
No, very decent. Yeah.
Alright, I'll reset it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd love to hear your voice, GreenDude, so we gotta fix this right now.
Yeah.
Alright, we're seeing engagement. Lord Zero just throwing down a lot of traps while in melee range. And those are single traps. They do a lot of damage. Tackler. Oh, dear God.
There's the damage.
Oh.
Round 5.
I think we're back on sync there from that encounter.
Yeah. 8, 7.
Excellent.
Yeah, smooth.
So yeah, we saw Lords do a lot of damage there. I think he got Space Jam got hit by 2, maybe 3 traps, and that's it. You don't survive 3 traps.
You don't. You just don't. And you see Sidro, when he's doing his self-cast free spells, he's dealing like half his HP. So you can imagine how much a trap will do with that multiplier damage. Really impressed here by Sidro, switching it up, showing that he can play something else.
And it's really interesting to see how, I mean, Killtacular is just feeling, I feel, underwhelmed. He just doesn't know, or overwhelmed rather. He just doesn't know what to do. I don't feel like he's adapting any kind of new strategy, and his flask are probably running very short, as you can tell from the fact that he's keeping the curses on him at all times.
Chat is asking, why is it so one-sided? Only thing I can imagine. Oh, we see good smoke mine here into Flicker. Oh, that gets like no damage though. He misclicked the Molten Strike as he engaged.
Yeah, and you know, something the chat obviously doesn't know about is that Lord Sidro is probably one of the best puncture bow characters in the game. So even we were surprised to see him playing a cast right now. Obviously, Killtacular is not ready for this match.
No. Mind games going into the final here.
And Lord Sidro taking it. He only needed 1 win, so congratulations to Lord Sidro for taking the U.S. Hardcore Tournament over Killtacular. Quite a good second place from Killtacular. We saw him coming back from losers and still coming into finals and putting on a good show, but unfortunately Lord Sidro had a few tricks up his sleeve that he wasn't expecting.
Yeah. GG, man. That was good by Sidro. I'm surprised, impressed. He can play multiple builds if he wants to. He's a master in PvP, and yeah, just domination there. Man, awesome. So, we're probably gonna have to wait a little bit on GGG for them to transfer the characters and stuff. So, are we gonna take a short break while they do that, or?
Yeah, we're just going to give them a minute or two, guys. They have to actually kill a character, bring him into softcore, and then or copy him, whatever their methods. They're able to do this. So we're going to see Lord Sidro's character in standard playing against, I believe it was Lapis, and both of them are going to be playing each other as tournament winners just for fun and to determine, not very competitively, hint, hint, who's the best between hardcore and softcore grudge match. So I'm really excited. We'll be right back.
All right. hope you guys are hyped for Act 4. You're currently listening to the Act 4 music. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, good people of Rayclast and Twitch, welcome back. We're just jumping straight into this. Let's see, can I get it on screen? There we go. Welcome back. We are gonna have Lapis from Standard versus Lord Sidro in a grudge match versus Hardcore in Standard. Oh my god. Is this gonna be the revenge of Hardcore we lost last night? Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Hardcore winning this time. So Hardcore being represented by Lord Sidro the Caster, and Lapis the Sword and Board Ranger representing Standard. And a very jumping right into it real quick. Both players very aggressive.
Quick engagement there. Sidro catching him.
Wow.
Oh my lord. He's just standing on that trap, waiting for him to engage, and he knows that he does a lot of damage. You're gonna see Sidro do that a lot.
Yeah, he's got the self-cast freeze pulse going on, so if he's out of traps, he's not scared. He's gonna shotgun you with the freeze pulse. So melee has to be very, very careful.
He's gonna always make sure to have a trap at his feet. You see Board and Sword, the Lapis taking tons of damage there as he comes into the fight. Man!
Round 3.
Wow, Lord Sidro's got traps at his feet, so you'd have to imagine Lapis would have arced there before jumping in, but no, just going right in. And this is not working out for Lapis.
Sidro, the champion of hardcore, showing Lapis who's boss.
Fight.
And it seems like Lapis is just refusing to deal properly with the traps. Maybe he was also not expecting Sidro to be playing a caster instead of
No,
Punch.
but he should have known this grudge match would happen, and he just goes in YOLO, leap slams, could have ended the fight very quickly. It was lucky with some of the traps not going off there. Sidro here standing with no traps at his feet, I'm pretty sure. Lapis capitalizing on it, dropping one single trap at his feet. Oh, man. And he actually pops the trap in his own direction. Oh, man. This is gonna be close.
Yeah, Lapis taking way too much trap damage. He
Yeah.
goes in, takes damage, backs off, and
Getting
every
bear
time he
traps.
does that, yes, every single time he does that, he's using up a flask. And so Lord Sidro is looking really good right now.
We get an engagement. Sidro dropping traps down. Snipe is gonna react to them. This is gonna be it. Board. Oh man, Lapis actually getting the kill on Sidro.
We saw Lapis using Leap Slam there. Leap Slam does have this weird bug where even though you're in the air, you'll still get bear trapped. So it wasn't a good idea to use it instead of Whirling Blade, but still it worked out for him.
Lapis. That's gonna be it. Sidro taking the grudge match for hardcore. GG by both players. We are currently standing 1-1 with between hardcore and standard. We're even now. GreenDude, you were talking a little bit later last night about maybe the potential for having the winner of last night face up against the winner of tonight. Are we going to see any of that?
Yeah, so unfortunately that's not going to be happening because, of course, both players have to be available.
Yeah.
And it's, but we might see it another time. I'd like to.
Yep.
If ever we can organize it, we'll do it, and we'll make sure to record it for you guys. So we can't see yesterday versus today, but man, that was exciting. We saw Lord Sidro, who won the hardcore tournament, representing hardcore, winning the grudge match for us today. Last time, who were the players? That's a good question. Do you remember the players from the last grudge match yesterday?
Oh yeah, Sir Edwards versus
Yes,
Masakuki, the puncture destroyer. It was MacGyver, you know, the MacGyver build.
Exactly. So Sir Edwards was representing softcore and had a pretty solid win there against the Facebreaker. So who knows? Maybe we'll see Sir Edwards versus Lord Sidro one day. Unfortunately, not tonight. But yeah, so this pretty much concludes the event for both yesterday and today. We have no more. That was it. We did the Europe yesterday. Today was America. And the VODs will be available for both. Already you can go watch the European one if you have missed it. And so I guess, it's time for us to sign off, right?
Yes, this is going to be the end. So do you want to have any things you want to say before we call it a night?
Yeah, so let's start by thanking GGG. I mean, not only have they provided us with a PvP season, events, prizes, getting some cool sponsors. Shout out to Razer and KarmaCoin for giving us prizes for the season, but also for the Invitational. And so GGG, good job. It's their first time ever doing an event like this. They're working behind the scenes. They're talking to us on Skype, setting everything up. Remember, this was happening during the weekend. So these guys didn't have to come to work, but they still came up to the office. We got Bex, Mike, Chris, Carl, all of them. So shout out to them. Really, amazing event. And it made our jobs easier. Willy and I have hosted a tournament before, and God knows this was much easier with their help.
Yeah.
So big thanks to them. Big thanks to you guys on Twitch. Follow the page, follow Path of Exile Twitch page, and welcome here if it's your first time ever checking out this page. This is the official one, and they were able to host it for us on this beautiful live stream. So follow the page. Thanks for watching, and big shout out to Willy for hosting. He's hosting on his channel, but also hosting the event, of course. Bringing a lot of you guys into PvP every time. So
yeah, and if we probably have a lot of new viewers. So I just want to say,
exactly.
if you're coming to the stream from the front page, make sure you check out pathofexile.com. If you're into action RPGs, if you like the gameplay you saw today, this is just like a fraction of the game. This is like a pastime that people do when they've reached the end game. They've farmed, they've made high level characters. they got a lot of wealth. Maybe they make a low-level character to just fight against their friends, and this is what you've seen today. This is like a hobby for PvE players. And yeah, Path of Exile is a free-to-play game. There is no pay to win. It's all cosmetics. So you can just go to Path of Exile right now, and you can just download it and play it right now if you want to. And I highly recommend it. It's the best action RPG out there. That's my personal opinion, of course, but I deem it true. But yeah, thanks to the players for attending and making this possible. Without the community, it wouldn't have happened. GreenDude, man, what he's done is really amazing. He was the one taking the initiative in the previous 2 community-hosted events, and that's really what brought the attention, I think, to GGG, and that enabled GreenDude also to be invited down to New Zealand. He's been at GGG's headquarters and helped him out to make this PvP better, and that gave us this PvP season we've had now, which has been so much fun, such an incredible success, and it's only going to get better. They're going to do more balance changes between this season and the next, and the next one will be in Torment and Bloodlines, so make sure you guys get ready for that, and I'm sure there's going to be tournaments there as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So thank you very much from us, and I guess we'll see you all in Season 2 of PvP.
Yes. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night. Godspeed. Peace out.